I've always made these points in several other instances. I have seen chief directors in public institutions, I've seen public servants who had room to implement certain reforms or take certain actions, but they took decisions that they felt benefited them in that moment, retired eventually, and later they had to face the brunt of the same things they put in place. And that, for me, is the reason why I want all of us to be careful. The day or the moment I saw Ken's image on the Interpol red notice, I was very sad, extremely sad. To date, we are yet to properly understand what crime Ken would have committed. All we know is that the OSP says, I'm looking for the former finance minister to ask him questions related to certain issues, SML and other things, including National Cathedral and so many other things. So Ken may just well show up, you ask him questions, he answers, and you may not even have anything to prefer against him as charges. So I listened to the OSP and it's as if there's an ego bruise somewhere, to be very honest. All I see is that aspect of the point you made where you feel like, why are you trying to get a preferential treatment? Why do you think it should be special? For me, that is what I see the OSP attempting to do, to simply prove that you're no special. You are no different human being than all the others. That's why
on Newsfile, SP Kiseja being told me that they don't consecrate saints. Is that not the kind of independent prosecutor you want for yourself?
We wish him well. I am only saying that what I see, my observation, even when he's speaking about the matter, you know when people are talking, you look at them, the emotions they bring out, the body language, the posture. My view is that he's showing somebody who feels that my ego is bruised. I need to show you where power lies.
Ego is bruised by
Ken.
How?
Maybe he feels that I have requested for you, you are not showing up, you are not coming, and all of that. But some say, let's come to the fact, as I have seen Ken's lawyers. So you are looking for him. He communicated to you that he was a what? In fact, after the time you were looking for him, he wasn't in the country. It is not as if he was in the country and you were looking for him before he went. No, he had written to the chief of staff long before. There was even change of government. And before you even started looking for him. Then he communicated to you that he wasn't well. Then he requested for a period, which you were even magnanimous to even add, I think, a month. Now his lawyers have circulated, which they didn't have to do, have circulated letters from his hospital, indicating clearly that his doctors are advising him against traveling until a certain surgery has been performed. We have seen that letter. OSP, as I have seen in their release, says that they haven't seen the letter. Fair point. The lawyers indicate that they have communicated a letter to the OSP. It's their words against each other, but that's not relevant. The key point here is that the man isn't well. Long before now, since 2020, it's been public knowledge. Why do you think a special prosecutor, with all the experience he has, would stand on national TV and indicate that somebody has cancer? When this person claimed that he hasn't even seen the letter, but he said it on TV, at least I saw it and heard him, that he said he has cancer and is going to perform surgery, so you have this information. In the first place, putting out that information by you and not by the person himself is a challenge, it's a problem. But he did it. And that is one of my evidence to make me believe that there's a certain ego bruise in there. Then beyond that, the person comes back through his lawyers and say, why are you doing this? Why are you putting out our personal records and all of that out there? Indeed, we have communicated to you that the person isn't well. His lawyers are advising against him traveling. He has a scheduled surgery date. Is it on June 13th? At least we have seen the letter, so we have every cause to believe the lawyers. And Mayo Clinic is a reputable health institution that in the face of their credibility, Ken is not so much of a person that they will write such a letter to cover. Mayo Clinic will not do that. Anybody that knows Mayo Clinic would know that of all the patients they have, Ken is not one that they would cook up something to cover. But even if the person they are cooking something to cover, this is health matter. Now, like Counsel Kofi said, if I was Ken, seeing all that has been happening in the past 2-3 months, and indeed, I have such a medical condition, I would not show up. I would prefer to be alive than to come and be put through a certain treatment that right now I cannot guarantee, because right now in this country, you cannot even guarantee your treatment, and you cannot guarantee how you'll be handled by all these agencies when you are arrested. We've seen all that has happened in the past 3 months to people who have been picked up only on suspicion. Some, there were press conferences to date, even charges have not been preferred against them, and we are still going back and forth and all of that. So if I was Ken, and if the condition that they claim he has is what he has, something, I will not come. I wouldn't mind you putting me on Interpol red notice, so long as I'm alive.
Hey, Interpol red notice.
Because why? I would come and die.
Don't say that.
No. Hold on. But you've already put me. Is there anything I can do about it? You've already put me there. So why should I come and be put through a situation that could cost my life? Why? Why should I do that? With the treatment we've seen, we saw Wuntumi come out of...
What do you mean by a situation that would cost your life?
We saw Wuntumi come out of Yoko and his left legs were almost numb.
Oh, really?
Yes. But the videos are there.
His left legs were almost numb.
Yes, we saw it. We saw it with our eyes. So Samson, the fact is this. We were in this country when the OSP himself told us that he flew from this country to London to go and interrogate President Mohammed's brother in London. He said it on TV, that he went to London to go and interrogate President Mohammed's brother in London. So the OSP clearly...
Samuel Adams, the Airbus scandal.
Yes. So the OSP clearly has a precedence of actually going out to the country to go and talk to supposed suspects. So if you have done that for Mr. Samuel Mahama, and you have somebody on the basis of empathy, humanity, telling you that I'm not well, I have a scheduled surgery, I am even ready to have this conversation with you via electronic platforms, which is allowed by law. Doesn't the law allow that?
I don't know which law.
No, but doesn't the law allow that?
I don't know which law.
No, we have.
We take evidence by...
We can do that. Yes.
Evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prosecution.
Yes.
We take evidence by video.
When you are investigating.
Yes.
We take evidence in
No,
by video.
hold on, just 1 second.
So
I've heard that claim in the public since you're a lawyer.
Yes.
You say we take evidence by video, right?
In court, we take evidence by video.
Thank you. What did you say?
In court.
In court.
Yes.
Okay.
And the suggestion is that if in court it can be done, then in an investigation it should be possible to do so.
By which law?
No. I said the suggestion is...
those who are saying, he just said there is a law. Okay. Have you asked them to point you to the law?
So just for the sake of public, education.
Right.
I do not, it's not everything that is done simply because there's a law. I see no impediment to the OSP taking an interview by video.
To caution somebody?
Yes, I see no impediment.
But what is the caution process?
Wait.
Can you caution somebody on video?
You are going, hold on. When it comes to arrest, the law requires you to physically touch the person.
Correct.
And read the person's Miranda rights and whatever it is.
Correct.
At this point, the OSP is seeking an interview. You may want to arrest the person, okay? But at this point, my understanding, you are seeking an interview.
What is the context of the interview? Supposing that I were your client and the OSP invited me. If you are taking me to the OSP, what sort of interview do you think you are taking me to?
I don't know. It's they who invited me. And given the circumstance, I may not accept the invitation.